teammates, he's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Wilson trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. A run for Nick Chubb. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now a stoppage, and we've got Chubb shaking up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, Wilson. Buying time to his left. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
At the 8-yard line.
They'll run with Chubb. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row, we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along. I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 39. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd down.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
1st down, Washington.
He's going deep for Brown. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
Complete.
Marquise Brown on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And this offense continues to pour it on. And he's able to put it through.
Makes this Washington 38. Seahawks 6.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
25-yard line.
To throw again, Wilson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Here's Wilson to throw on 3rd down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
10 at the 39-yard line.
Now Chubb. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
Taken down at the 40.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 41, Wilson. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Wilson slings this out to Metcalf.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Check Mike 27, check Mike 27.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Montez Sweat. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Awesome 4 yards. And it's 4th down.
And, Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
A 42-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
They'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And again, it's Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep. And this is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. So they get one score back, but still a long ways to go here in this third quarter. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. Oh, I think the Seahawks got it. They did. It's Seattle football. Well, I guess they felt like they needed something to get them going. Maybe you wait for this type of a play, but they try the onside kick, and it works.
I'm starting to wonder if the analytics coach is starting to get involved in the football nowadays. When you see this type of play made, this type of a risk taken, sometimes there's a different influences going into the head coach's ear. Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Come on.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And able to find Dorsett. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Myers connects on the PAT. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington.
The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, not giving up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
He was covered by Jamal Adams.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for Seattle. 44 yards.
At the 31-yard line.
Now Wilson on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. Out to the right. He gets it to Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
1st and 10.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They'll give it to Chubb. And he pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
And goal.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Nick Chubb, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Robert Foster, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And he's got it up and through.
Makes this Washington 58, Seahawks 26.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Going. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 75 yards. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit.
The kick is...
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Robert Foster with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And this offense is running away with this one. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Washington 65, Seahawks 33.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
56, the mock boys, 56. Check 56.
Off of play action, he'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And now it's 2nd down.
He was covered by Dante Jackson.
Throwing again. Wilson.
He goes right back to Metcalf, this time complete.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The gun. It's a give to Chubb. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And that is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Troy Apke. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Washington.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game.
Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown.
A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
72. Seahawks 33.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And 1.
They run, Chubb, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Check 99. Check 99.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young
In there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Check curls. Check alert, 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 alert. 56 is the mic. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Alert, 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 alert. Alert 3.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Chubb. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They run it again with Chubb. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
5-yard line.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Wilson. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line.
29-yard line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
9-yard line.
One last shot for Wilson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defense